Hi, it's Jonas Johnson with evolvemybusiness.ca, and I want to talk about a key factor that is going to help someone change their behavior, and that is understanding their focus. I used to smoke, and when I was starting to quit, these types of cigarette packages were coming out in Canada, and they did bother me, and they did have some impact on discouraging me from smoking and encouraging me to quit. There was a lot of key factors that were going on. The cost of cigarettes was going up. I was more aware of the health risks. There was a lot of shifts that were going on. But this package alone wasn't the only reason that made me quit. But it makes me question why there are still people smoking when they are constantly being bombarded with a lot of these extremely negative images that are reinforcing all of the bad things that can happen. Horrible teeth, wrinkled skin, and thinking in terms of how bad it can be for someone who is smoking. Yet, there are many people that are still smoking. So it kind of begs the question, is this going to be the solution to address everyone that is going to stop smoking? And if people are still smoking when they're constantly being bombarded with these images, it makes me think that there's something else going on. So the other side of the coin is this Australian campaign that looks at the positive aspects of the benefits of quitting. Someone's going to have an extra $4,400 a year if they quit smoking. That's focusing on the positive. And there are positive campaigns out there that try to encourage people to quit smoking. However, when those are used, not everybody quits smoking. So there's a tendency for us to look at the negative consequences and the positive consequences of quitting smoking. That is one of the reasons why I found Heidi Grant Halverson's book on focus extremely powerful, because her research and the research of others indicates that people have two primary focuses, and the focus can either be on prevention or promotion. So let's go back to some of these negative images. Someone who is prevention focused will be impacted by these negative images because they're thinking about the negative consequences of smoking. So that can have a better impact. The positive will have a better impact on the people that are promotion focused. The problem becomes is when you focus on either the prevention message or more of the promotion message, you are missing potentially half of the population. The people who have the prevention focus or the promotion focus, depending on what is the focus of your campaign, which in my mind totally fit, because when I was working in farm safety, the idea was always thinking in terms of, should we be prevention focused or promotion focused? What is going to have the biggest impact? And when you're putting something out there, you kind of have to pick sides. And the challenge was which one to pick based on Heidi's research and the research of others that she describes in her book Focus, either one is going to work. It depends on the focus of the person that's receiving the message. So, someone who's promotion focused is about maximizing gains and avoiding missed opportunities. $4,400 in extra income or extra spending money if they quit smoking is a promotion focused message. Prevention focus, on the other hand, is about minimizing losses. You don't want to have the negative consequence of having cancer because you're smoking, and that's going to have a negative impact on you. So it's all of the negative messaging is going to have a better impact on the prevention focused people. So when she was looking at all of the different aspects of whether or not someone is either promotion or prevention focused, you can help modify the message and have it so that it can fit with the target audience. Or you can work in two messages. So you're not just focusing on the prevention message, but you're also providing information about the promotion, and you're balancing those off. And the people who are promotion focused will pick up on the promotion aspect. The people who are prevention focused will hear more about the prevention. A key factor in targeting your audience and understanding their motivation is trying to understand what their focus is. And this is something that you can try to interpret based on what you think motivates them. Are they interested more in the goal, or are they interested more in the negative consequences, avoiding the negative consequences, so they want to achieve their goal that way? Ideally, if you were talking to someone one-on-one, you would want to try to find their focus. And you would want to craft a message that fits the focus that that person is going to have. And deliver the message so that it is going to have the maximum benefit. You can't always do that when you are trying to communicate. You can't always deliver one message to one person. So the challenge becomes, you need to craft a message that is going to have a promotion focus and a prevention focus, so that regardless of who is receiving the message, it will still have the maximum impact on changing their behavior. So identifying the focus will be a key factor in identifying the best way to reinforce the right behavior. So again, let's look at promotion focused and prevention focused and some characteristics that they have a tendency to have, and see if you can have someone fit into either one of those categories. Do they work quickly? Do they consider a lot of the alternatives? They tend to have a rosy outlook. Do they deal better with positive feedback? Is there a tendency to be happy or sad? Prevention focused. They are more concerned about avoiding mistakes. So there's going to be a tendency for them to work more slowly and deliberately, because the whole point is to avoid the mistake, because they want to avoid the negative consequences. They're going to tend to be more prepared. They are stressed by short deadlines because they feel that there's a much greater risk of things going wrong, and they won't be able to potentially won't be able to deal with that. And they are going to stick to ways of doing things that they've always done, because doing something different has an element of risk, and risk is something that should be avoided and minimized. They are uncomfortable with praise or optimism, and they have a tendency to feel worried or relieved.